from here. So no Adonaios. No Adonaios. We're not doing Shamu or Adonaios.
We do show what?
We are going to do
I don't even know what else it is. Hey, get it. Get it. You saw him like him.
Yeah.
Show him like him somewhere?
we had it. Didn't we practice it? Wait, did we not practice Shalom Aleichem?
I think we did.
On Monday? Then,
No.
then let's do Shalom Aleichem.
Did a million times.
Yeah, forget Shalom Aleichem. Forget it. We have so much on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. My bad. So what's going on?
I don't know. No show him like him. But I don't have it anyway. It's buried someplace.
No Shalom Aleichem.
Correct.
I just want to make sure I'm not blind. The show name's on?
Yeah. I'm sorry. But next time, I promise. I promise we do next time.
Going back and forth, and then it's the bottom thing here. It's whole notes, and then it goes, then it goes into some other stuff. You're just doing whole notes. Well, no. If this is you, you're just doing whole notes. I have it in my own thing. Just whole notes. Whole notes, and then those 4 quarters.
Like I said, it was actually but just come back in and we'll come back another refrain.
This part is almost all whole notes.
I know, but it's a question of which one.
Which whole notes? That's always important.
See, this, I know that there was a repeat here. Right? It doesn't go back to the beginning. It goes back to here.
I wrote it all out.
Oh, well, I don't have it. So that's a repeat.
You only have the first page. Yeah, you only have the first page. Whatever you were doing, fine. Whatever the heck you were doing.
I was playing this.
I wrote it all out, so you just think, like,
Right.
repeat and no repeats.
Okay. Well, now I have to repeat it. I did. Yeah, I probably don't want to do it. But, I mean, I have to like it.
Yeah, there's so much
Where?
more.
So,
No Kashamu, no Shalom Aleichem.
First time. Where is verse 1? Right here. Oh,
this would be
okay.
an E, I think. This would be an E, I think. If I'm double transposing right.
Just tell me it's
Shabbat Shalom. I know you can do better than that. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I was right. We are off to a great start in me being right. We are on bracketed page 128, and if this melody feels a little new to you, we've done it a few times. but it's very repetitive, and we hope you'll pick it up and sing with us. We have the wonderful harmonies of our in-house worship band this evening who will help uplift our music and our services this evening. Bracketed pages 138 and 139. If you're joining us from home, inviting you to do the same as you face an entrance to your space as we welcome the Sabbath bride.
Boi v'shalom, ateret b'olam, gam b'simcha uv'tzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, boi chala.
Before you sit down, take a moment and greet somebody near you. Say hi to somebody you haven't seen in a while, or better yet, make a new friend. So to join us to light our Shabbat candles this evening, I invite over here, no, Shalom, no. I invite Ellen Levine and Elise Waxman and Mark Waxman and Esty Solomon and Leah Walks, page 120.
Oh, hear our prayer, we sing to you. Be gracious to the ones we love,
Take a step this way.
and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear our prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Gavin and Ben, if you would join us on the bima. We are going to, in a moment, start celebrating these awesome young people. Ben, why don't you come here like we do tomorrow? You can just ignore those, push them out of the way. Here you go. So before we get to Gavin and Ben, we're going to share blessings, right? What are the good things that we're feeling grateful for this week as we fill up our Kiddush cup with blessings. So what is something that has been good this week for you? Gavin and Ben's bar mitzvah is an excellent way to start this exercise. Thank you, Kim. Wonderful. What else? Gabe.
All my friends and I are going to college.
Yeah. That's a thing that you guys are doing that I have a lot of feelings about that I'll say something about later. But it's true. You are all going to college, which is something. Your kid in college is home. Awesome. Alex. You got an excellent grade on the science. I didn't hear what the grade was, but 100. I always like to translate that to you worked really hard on something and you had an outcome that made you feel good about it. Congratulations. Jane.
At this time next week, I'll be up at my son's wedding.
Aw,
Next Saturday.
that was a nice aw. Yeah, we have a wedding coming up. Very cool.
We'll just
Mazel tov.
remind people from home you can write in and we will read your blessings. Also, we'd like to hear them.
Yeah. Oh, Jennifer.
Olivia is graduating college tomorrow.
Yeah, I have feelings about that also. Olivia Pincus is graduating college tomorrow. I don't understand all these things. Stacy, you did get a new puppy, and his name is Blue, and he's very cute. Isn't that his name? No? Oh, it's his given name. Okay, well, he hasn't yet come to know what his name is, and that's fine. So we'll call him whatever you tell us to call him. Okay, what else is good? Karen Levine says that she's celebrating beautiful flowers blooming everywhere. Yes, that's true. It has been beautiful. No, come on. Susan. At Barnard Temple? That was a
In New
big
York
deal?
City.
In New York City, you found parking on the street.
Wow.
And you didn't have to
Say.
work around alternate sides or anything? This is the right side of the street. Oh, that is like divine intervention. Yes. Yeah. Eden. Well, we're so glad you're here. Eden, who's one of our about-to-be high school graduates, is back for her first Shabbat in here in years. That makes us happy. Laura, was that your hand up?
Yes. So, Mary's daughter, my stepdaughter, Eva Silverman, has an art opening outside Paris next Wednesday, so we're going to be there with her.
Awesome.
Wow.
So I'm repeating again for the folks who are joining us from home, can't hear what's happening in the sanctuary without the microphones. So Larry's daughter, Aviva, and Laura's stepdaughter, Aviva, has an art opening in Paris next week, and they're going. So that's lots of O's. Eli.
I was lucky enough to be a moderator for a class that Gavin was in, and it just ended, but now he's getting more mitzvahs. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. So a lot of our graduating high school singers actually have been madrichim, student teachers in our JJP program, and Eli was in the 7th grade class this year, and probably Gavin and Ben were both in the 7th grade class this year, and that's very cool that you make those connections. Beautiful. Okay, so you understand. Oh, and there another one.
And Joanne Siegel got in some walks on beautiful days and just is appreciating the greenery, everything blooming. That's
In this sort of
I am
frenetic
as well.
weather.
Yeah.
So it's good to walk when the weather was not like it was today. It's very confusing. So, also, as we began with, you two are blessings. And, it's silly, Rebecca, when you're here that I'm going to do this, but I'll do it anyway. Okay, these are gifts from the Men's Club and the Sisterhood of Barnard Temple. They're not surprise gifts. I always tell you what they are. You know, it's a Chanukiah and a Kiddush cup, right? A Kiddush cup we use to collect blessings to help remind us to, hey, Barty, shh. Thank you. This is a really good exercise to take with you through your life and for you guys when you head off to college, to remind us to pause, to notice the blessings in our life. Sometimes we feel so busy, we don't make time for that, but this moment of beginning Shabbat invites us to do that. So you have a cup in here and a Chanukiah, which you will light at Hanukkah, which reminds us that we are light bringers, and particularly during very dark times like during Hanukkah, that we can make more light when it feels dark. We hope that those ritual items will remind you wherever you are that you are always home here, that you're always connected to us, that we always love you, we're always proud of you, and that this Jewish connection thing is timeless and spaceless, which is to say that we're always together. Okay? Okay. Just a word from me, if you will indulge me one more minute. You have both been a pleasure to study and work with. You obviously have been studying and will teach tomorrow from the same Torah portion. And it's a Torah portion that we know well, that we love, that has like core texts in it for us. And out of that text, you each drew tremendous teaching that plays to both of the ways that you each exist in the world, right? So Gavin, you sort of zeroed right in on ethics, on structure, on the way that we create meaning together, and on how to make that tangible, sort of big picture ideas also, right? Looking at the totality of it. And Ben, you, we helped because you led us there to see through your eyes this way that we build community. We do make personal connectionships, the way that we reach out to the stranger. We remember our core stories, right? That we also, in addition to looking at big picture text, we have this personal connection to what it means to live as a Jew. Each of you brought tremendous intellect and open hearts and real commitment to this all the way through. And it has been such a pleasure to get to study with you and to get ready for this Shabbat. So we're going to get on with it. But I really want you to hear that here you are always a blessing. Your Torah portion, Kedoshim, is all about holiness. And we see that holiness in each of you. And we can't wait to see where you will lead us in your adult Jewish lives, which begin this Shabbat. So Ben and Gavin are going to lead us in Kiddush, which is on page 123. I invite you to please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kadsho be'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron l'maaseh boreshit.
Ki hu yom tehila lamikra'ei kodesh Zeher litziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'harta Me'otanu kidashta Mikol ha'amim V'shabbat kodsheha Be'ahava uratzon hinhaltanu
Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
We will stay standing however we're able on page 146. Take a deep breath for Shabbat.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Page 154. Please be seated.
Ve'ata et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'vechol meodecha ve'hayu advarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha leman tiskeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Now we will sing a song called Captives of Hope, which is a prayer really that we've chosen to replace the Micha Mocha since Hamas began the war with Israel on October 7th. And it felt odd to us in some ways, maybe even uncomfortable, inappropriate, to sing a song of freedom, to rejoice about freedom while our people are still not yet free. So this instead replaces that celebration with a yearning and a hope for all we believe could still be possible. And I will let you fill in the prayers of your heart, the hopes you hold dear, as we sing these words together.
Baruch atah Adonai asher asanu asirei tikva. Baruch atah Adonai asher asanu asirei tikva.
Probably on a half sheet stuck into your book right around where we were if you like the words.
Baruch atah Adonai asher asanu asirei tikva. Baruch atah Adonai asher asanu asirei tikva. Blessed are you, God. Blessed are you, God, who makes us captives of hope. Captives of hope, asher
Our next prayer is Hashkivenu, and the Hebrew words can be found on page 160. Page 164. Please rise.
זוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומגדולה לפני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל, מחכה חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדומה מלך ממית ומחיה ומצליח ישועה ונאמן אתה החיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני בחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue privately now, standing or seated as is your custom. Now, I am very excited to turn it over to two of our graduating seniors, Eli Solomon and Gabe Pincus. And so many of you have contributed to Barnard Temple in so many ways. I just want to note that these are two of our Barnard musicians. Eli has played with the worship band, like at Simchat Torah. You may have danced to his music. And Gabe has been my fearless co-leader of Shabbat for this year. Once a month, he delights the children. You should come next time just to see it. And I am so grateful for your contributions and for all of you, our seniors, and really looking forward. They'll lead us in our closing prayer for the Amidah, the words of which you can find on page 180.
Son in refi Ehegyon lifi lefanecha Yehiyu l'ratzon in refi Ehegyon lifi lefanecha Adonai Yisuri, Adonai Yisuri, Adonai Yisuri ve'goali Adonai Yisuri, Adonai Yisuri, Adonai Yisuri ve'goali Yehiyu l'ratzon in refi ve'hegyon lifi lefanecha Yehiyu l'ratzon in refi ve'hegyon lifi lefanecha.
So Ben Good and Hannah Nussbaum, if you would join Gabe on the bima. This year, just in general? Okay, cool. That's right, we can keep doing that. This year we have 3 Barty co-presidents, which is so cool. And they have been leading in their very own, awesome, beautiful, in sync way our youth group this year. And, would you like to use this? Would that be more comfortable, actually? Probably, yeah, my tall friends. That was silly of me, I apologize. So, as is our custom, I invited Hannah and Ben and Gabe to offer our words of Torah tonight, to offer our Devar Torah. So they're going to do that, and then I will have some things to say to all of the seniors all together. How about that? Are you taking turns at this one, Mike? Okay, then we can move it back over.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Gabe, tall, music guru, creative.
I'm Ben, thinker, storyteller, and kind.
I'm Hannah, positive, compassionate, and crafty.
So this week's Torah portion is Kiddushim, which originates from the book of Leviticus, chapter 19. Kiddushim means holy, but it's important to note that the opening of the portion says that Kiddushim Tihiyu, which is plural for you shall be holy, referring to the community, not to the individual. More on that later.
In this portion, the Israelites are at the base of Mount Sinai and are awaiting instructions from Moses on how to proceed to the Promised Land. Moses is atop Mount Sinai, receiving the holiness code from God. The 10 Commandments are a part of this, but there are additional rules that are not included in the 10 Commandments.
Ve'achavta l'recha kamocha. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. But who is to define who your neighbor is? It may be easy to think of. Oh, the people on the other side of the white picket fence. But back then, your neighbor was a fellow traveler, part of a community with no land to call their own. A neighbor is not just the person on the other side of the fence. They can be someone who may or may not share the same music taste or fashion style or interest in gardening, but they are definitely someone whom you share the world. This is true holiness code, to stretch us out of our own comfort zone and see and accept others for who they are.
Growing up in 3 separate towns, Gabe, Ben, and I only had the chance to see each other and the rest of Jew crew on Tuesdays and Sundays at Hebrew school. Being realistic, none of us would be friends if we had met at the same school because we were all part of different social groups. Having an opportunity to be together, separate from our everyday lives, provided us a chance to bond and get to know each other for who we truly are. We formed a special connection that we would not have known by only passing each other in the school hallways.
Spending time together at Temple evolved into fire pits, dinners, and sleepovers where we could enjoy each other's company. Barnard and our Jewish values have taught us to be open to each other and to try to understand and respect each other as people in this giant small world. It is each other and the support we feel from the Barnard community that inspires us to be the young Jewish leaders we are today, being able to connect others to see the same. While our time is limited in this community, we can't wait to take what we have learned here to our other communities in life. Before we go, we want to say one more thing.
Dear Barnard, we accept the fact that this is our last rodeo in this place that we so proudly called our home for 18 years. Our childhood innocence still within these walls. Before we go, we want to leave one last legacy for the creative and crafty, the kind music gurus, the positive storytellers, the tall and compassionate thinkers just like us. So here is our own holiness code that we want to leave behind. Hopefully you take some of these away and help us extend our Barty legacy. Love each other as family.
Strive to learn from one another.
Listen to others.
Bring extra gum because everyone will want a piece.
Understand that we are all constantly evolving as people.
Ask questions.
Buy in.
Collaborate with others.
Be the first person to share your ideas in a room.
Always speak up.
And differences are a good thing. Love, your
2024 Barty presidents.
I'll invite the rest of the seniors to the bima. Let's see, who am I? I don't have glasses on. Jake and Eli and Josh and Eden and Emily and Sophia. That's who's still seated, right? Did I miss anybody? No? Good, I hope not. And Jess and Ethan, I'm gonna invite you in a minute just to come help hold a tallis, so you're not surprised, okay? You should stand like in the middle so everybody can admire you. They came for you, not for me. I just didn't write this part down, but if you're wondering about like whether you should be excited or worried about the future of the Jewish people, I think your answer is right here. This is amazing. Okay. I do have a gift for you tonight, but you're not getting it. It looks like this, and it's not just because it's purple that this is what you're getting. And I had nothing to do with this choice, but I very enthusiastically support it, the color anyway. This is a very small version of the Siddur that we gave you in 4th grade. It's a traveler's prayer book. The reason you're not getting it tonight is because I haven't finished writing you personal notes in them, so I will get them to you. I know Barty's not over, so I'm not concerned about finding all of you to give you your own prayer books. Recognizing this might be an easier thing to stick in your bag and take with you to school, and hoping that it will be something that you continue to turn to find things in here that you didn't need while you were here, and you maybe didn't know you wanted when you were sort of living at home, but might be helpful when you are looking for words or comfort or familiarity or something new, okay? So that's coming. But this is for now, and I'll just come down here and speak to you. So we've already heard impactful words of Torah from you tonight about holiness, what it means and why it matters to you. And I'm going to add just a bit as we prepare to send you off with blessings. And I have to just say again that I really can't believe you're all graduating. Not because you're not ready, you are. Not because you're short on accomplishments and growth, you're not. Just because, well, it's hard to imagine this place without you here. But this anticipatory missing is no match for my excitement for your next adventures and my anticipation for all you are going to create and to fix and to rebuild in the world. You are all the best of all of us, and you already live Judaism, each in your own beautiful ways. Our Torah portion, as you've heard, begins with these words, Kedoshim Tihiyu. If we were really translating it literally, it would be, you all shall be holies, or something like that. Like the phrase B'Tselem Elohim, the divine images in which we are created. You are holinesses, living embodiments of the sacred. You have already shown us what it means to be holy in the way that you support each other, in your ongoing learning, in your willingness to be wrong and try again and grow, in your generosity of talent and skills, music, AV support, writing, childcare, student teaching, Torah, that you shared with our larger community, for being willing to be vulnerable by sharing your courage and your love. Starting college is often, or maybe always, hard. It is filled with major adjustments and a lot of figuring out who we are and who we want to become. So be patient and kind with yourselves and answer the phone when your friends call. And this year, we know you are heading off to school in a time that feels a little extra in the unknown about what awaits, with respect to what it means to be a Jewish person on a college campus right now. We can't tell you exactly what to expect or how it's going to go, because we don't know. You will undoubtedly and unfortunately have to navigate hard conversations. You may experience anti-Semitism on campus, undressed and obvious, or disguised as something else. Over the course of this last year in particular, we have honed our skills for having nuanced and hard conversations. When you put these to use next year, you will be leaders, living your deep Jewish values on your campuses. If you meet those who question you or attack you, not physically, I pray, because they make assumptions about what being Jewish means to you, or most particularly right now, about what Zionism might or might not mean to you, you might hang on to these resonant words that Josh Weinberg wrote this week. You're not really going to remember all of them right now, but I'm happy to give them to you. Zionism has always been about more than just self-defense and creating a safe haven from persecution and anti-Semitism. Zionism is the dream of creating a complete Jewish society that exists in Jewish time and Jewish space, that includes the fundamental and uncompromising principle that all who live under Jewish sovereignty are entitled to equal rights and equal treatment, and that a Jewish state is one that upholds the principles of a free and fair democracy. This is a vision of holiness, Kedoshim Tihiyu. So be proud of who you are as Jews. You are amazing and inspiring Jewish leaders already, who have in your toolbox so much of what you will already need: love, curiosity, commitments to asking hard questions, humor, unbreakable connections with each other, my phone number, just kidding, but only kind of. You will also add to this Jewish toolbox too. Go to Hillel. Find your Jewish connections on campus so that you will learn with new people and use your amazing heads and hearts to listen and to discover and to help our aching world. My friend Rabbi Evan Schultz wrote these words for the larger all of us this week, but I'd like to offer them specifically to you on this eve of endings and beginnings. Within you dwells the laughter of Sarah, the faithfulness of Abraham, the kindness of Rebekah, the curiosity of Isaac, the boldness of Leah, the persistence of Rachel, the imperfection of Jacob, the foresight of Joseph, the humility of Moses, the well of Miriam, the heart of Aaron, the courage of Joshua, the poetry of David, the wisdom of Solomon, the voice of Vashti, the leadership of Esther, the longing of Ruth, the pain of Job, the justice of Isaiah, the goodness of Micah, the decisiveness of Deborah, the love of Amos, and the creativity of the divine. Kedoshim Tihiyu. You are already holy, and you will go out in your holiness. Remember that you are always home here, and we are always proud of you. We can't wait to cheer you along on your journeys, both the peaks and the valleys, and the adventures on which you embark. So Ethan, if you would join us, and I'm going to ask the congregation to rise. If you don't know these awesome people, Ethan and Jess are our Bardi advisors, and we're going to open the ark. Hannah, that seems like an excellent job for you because you're right by the little button. Thank you. We're going to wrap you in these two taluses, so you like each other. We already know that. We want to send you with these words of blessings that God gave to us and to the priests so that we would learn to bless each other. Squish, squish, your friends. We've already established that.
Ready? Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and may God watch over you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha.
May God's face shine on you and may God be gentle with you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May you live a life in which you feel and see and know God's presence. May you know that through your relationships with each other, through the adventures that await, through friendship, through love, through laughter, through learning, and most of all, through wholeness and peace. Amen. Eden, you want to close the ark? That little button. Yeah, really, you haven't been here in a while, but we're so glad you're here now. It's good to remember how to open and close this ark before we dismantle. What'd you say? No, I bet you were. All right, you guys can go back to your seats. Thank you. Can be seated. We offer a prayer for healing for our friends and family who are in need of healing. On page 371 in the middle of the page, we'll invite you to share the names of anyone you are praying for or thinking about when we get to the middle of our prayer. Like to share the name of anyone aloud, someone who is physical or mental or spiritual health you are praying for, we invite you to do so now. Page 586 in the middle of the page. Please rise.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, laten kedula leotzer breshit, shelo asa
598. We remember with love our loved ones whose yahrzeit fall on this Shabbat or who that are observed at this time of year. We remember those who have died more recently. This week in our community, we remember Joseph Bauer, Samuel Cohn, Evan Eckstein, Wilbur Elting, Max Friedman, Joan Frischman, George Graybo, Jacob Hartman, Nelson Hassan, Augusta Katz, Sylvia Lauber, David Lefkowitz, Herbert Lipsitz, and Paulette Lipsitz, Sally Lynn, Bernice Males, Alan S. Marshall, Carl Miller, Saul Nadell, Alexander Puritz, Joseph Ratner, Mary Rosenstein, Alvin H. Sauer, and Susan Lowe Sauer, Harriet L. Schoen, Donald Seffinger, Minnie Shalder, Eli Levy Utterback. During this period of Shloshim, remember Regina Wax and Ingrid Bergman. And this week we offer Kaddish for two parents of members of our community. First, we remember Eric Salzberg, and we send our love to the Salzberg family. And Chudnoffs, we remember Mady Chudnoff this Shabbat, and we know how core she was to your lives, to your love, to your sense of what holiness was and could be, and we extend our arms around you, Perry and Jackson and Harley and Jamie. If there are others you're remembering and I didn't share their name, but you would like to do so, I invite you to do so now. If you're observing a yahrzeit this Shabbat or are in a recent period of mourning, I invite you to rise first. This is our way of noticing who the mourners are in our community so that we can give you a hug or ask you about who you are remembering. We say to you, Zichronam Livracha, in the memories of your beloveds become blessings as you carry their legacies and ensure they are forever. We rise together on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha b'richu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'miran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all people everywhere. And we say together, amen. I want to reverse the order of the last two things. So let's do Bashana Haba'ah, and then we'll end with Motzi, so we can call our seniors back up. So we are on bracketed page 652. You can sit. Anticipating Yom HaAtzmaut this week on Monday night and Tuesday, we offer these words which may be familiar to you, imagining a next year and a hopeful, peaceful, whole vision of what life might be like, particularly in our Israel.
Bashana Haba, Neshevo Hamir Pesed, Ben
come back. You had a lot of Shabbatot holding challah on the bima, right? So it feels appropriate to end that way. While they're coming, thank you so much to Larry and Bob and Harvey and Charlie for this awesome music. And I'm going to do a little congregation participation. Before I do that, I really want to say thank you to all of their parents for schlepping them to Shabbat services, right? And Bardi events, and JJP, and confirmation, and post-confirmation. We're celebrating them tonight, but really in so much debt to all of you for helping get them here and keep helping us keep them here. Now I know they're all driving, but that's very recent. And up until this year, everybody needed you to get here. So thank you so much for sharing them with us and bringing them to us. And this is the congregation participation. What blessings do you want to send them off to college with? It's okay, you could say more things later. Don't overthink it. Call out a word or a phrase. Just go. Make smart choices. I'm going to repeat just for our people who are joining us from home. I won't say who says what, though. Keep in touch. May you find the right path for yourself. Have fun. The right kind of fun, though. Study, yeah. Come on. Relish learning. Know that you're loved. Go to Hillel. Call your parents. Make new friends. And keep the old. Yeah, silver and gold, we know. What else? Be open-minded. Be a good friend. Stand up for yourself. Take care of your health. Remember who you are. Come back to Barnard whenever you're home.
I'll add, don't feel nervous or insecure when there's something you don't know. Try to feel excited about what you could learn. Right?
Ask for help if you need it. Spread peace. Be grateful, try new things. Call your sister. All right, that feels like a sweet place to stop. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.